HollywoodActorPrep.com. Blog.
It's really promoting it well, but actually not spending much time on the actual thing, which was a lot of chutzpah and jumping up and down and ad-libbing, and it wasn't very well crafted. And that's when it started taking off, was because I started working it and working it and working it, kind of like what you saw in the end, the way I had to change once my methodology of rolling a show over on a conveyor belt was deemed illegal. Catch me out, and so I changed it over down so that I just constantly work things in beforehand. So yeah, but anyway, yeah. So my brother he was never going to be a performer like that, but he could have, he could use his creative stuff in other ways, which he might do at some point. Yeah.
Who made you laugh growing up, and who makes you laugh today?
Well, the Pythons, Monty Python, Monty Python. But the guys, they are my comedy gods. And before that, Spike Milligan, Peter Sellers, the Goons, who were an audio, very surreal audio radio show. And all the people in Python were very influenced by that, so they went and did Python. And so I actually discovered Python, and then I discovered the Goons back to front. My dad started playing me Goon shows afterwards, which was kind of weird, but they were both very surreal, so that really influenced me. And Eric Morecambe, Morecambe and Wise is a double act who were as big as sort of Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin in their heyday. Not really the same thing, but they were a double act like that, and they were huge in Britain. Eric Morecambe was a very funny guy, but I think it's really the Pythons who were the main influence. Richard Pryor stand-up, Steve Martin stand-up. Also, when I started, I felt I was a mixture of that and Billy Connolly's stand-up.
I think you've got a bit of Peter Cook in you, in terms of your whimsy and your eloquence.
There is a bit. And weirdly, Peter Cook went to that school. You know, the headmaster was talking on there? Yeah. He was in the same year as Peter Cook.
Oh.
And Peter Cook did these whole tapes, which were very sort of, a lot of really rude stuff in it. It really is, if you've heard the... Is it Peter does?
Derek and Clive.
Yeah, Derek and Clive.
Derek Clive did. And so he went to school, so they could never say, look who went to our school, this guy who did all this film. Because Peter Cook was really talented and then sort of married cocaine and all kind of went down. But, and then I went there and I'm a transvestite, so there's this school, they would talk about these two surreal comedians who've been through. But yeah, so that's a kind of weird thing. Yes, at the back.
I was curious to know what are some of your favorite things to do here in the U.S.? Have any crazy little tourist places?
I like to knit. But that's something we don't get so much of in the UK. The one thing I would like to do, which is, well, it's a little bit bizarre, but I suppose the Civil War or battlefields and Revolutionary War battlefields. I don't know quite why I get drawn to those, but I do. I know a lot about World War II, so I go to the Normandy beaches quite a lot. Just places where these hellish situations have gone down, a lot of energy. I don't know. I just sort of want to go and see them. I went to Valley Forge. I've been to Valley Forge. I've been to Lexington Concord. I still haven't got to Gettysburg. So. Yes, what interesting hobbies I have. Lumberjacking, pole vaulting. No, but it's working here. I mean, LA is work, really. And it's great. There is a lot of work here. And there is this thing, because I've written on my Twitter thing, I think like an American, and people saying, well, what does that mean? And the essence of that was thinking like an economic migrant, really. Because a lot of, especially at the turn of the 1900s, a lot of Americans coming in who were immigrants, and they had that energy, which I think is now slightly built, if not into your DNA, it's definitely into the psyche. And hopefully now in Europe, we're kind of doing it a different way, because Eastern Europe's freed itself up, and so there's a lot more possibility. And I like that happening in Europe. I'm very positive on Europe, and if we can sort of get the bit between the teeth and say, if we can build this or make this or what can we do, that's why I'm really pushing strongly for Europe. But I do like that in the American psyche. So so just being here is great, because I always want to do films and drama, and doing The Riches is like doing films, a film every 7 days for television. So the quality of that is great. The fact that you can move backwards and forwards between films and television is great. So it's just bigger here because there's 300 million people, all in one language. And eventually, in Europe, I logically think there'll be translator machines for televisions which will instantly translate, so you could have, you know, like a David Letterman or a Conan that goes all across Europe and instantly translates. But at the moment, it doesn't happen, and it is completely separate. Young UK kids do not know what young French kids are into, and do not know what German kids are into, and vice versa. It is quite separate. It's like states' rights writ large because everyone's speaking different languages. But I'm still very positive that it can work out.